On the legal merits, Trump clearly has the authority. If he has the authority to ban imports outright, it's nonsensical to say he doesn't have the authority to uh, constrain imports with a tariff. This notion that a tariff is a tax is ridiculous. If the tariff works as intended, zero revenue is collected. The purpose is international negotiation. The purpose is political leverage. The purpose is protection of domestic imports. Anyone who wishes to avoid a tariff cost can do so simply by buying domestic. Often it's the producer, the foreign producer, who's absorbing the tariff cost. They can't afford to add it to the price of their goods in the U.S. because then the price becomes non-competitive. It's coming out of their profit margin. So this notion that it's a tax on Americans is just silly. It's ridiculous. It's just not realistic. I covered it all, of course, in detail when we covered the oral arguments. On the legal merits, I don't think there's a serious legal question here. I think, is the Supreme Court going to be sufficiently squishy on this that they'll make a bad decision? I mean, that's always possible. They asked some tough questions of John Sauer, and frankly, John Sauer, in my opinion, was not as well prepared as he should have been. John Sauer, the Solicitor General for the White House, the lawyer who argues to the Supreme Court for the White House, world class attorney. On the legal issues, he was spot on. On some of the policy questions around tariffs, he was not as strong as he should have been. And of course, it's because he's a lawyer, he's not a tariff expert. The day after the oral arguments, Treasury Secretary Bessent issued an ex post where he talked about some of the policy issues in a very compelling way. And I feel like it would have been nice if Secretary Bessent had coordinated with John Sauer before the oral arguments, and John Sauer had been armed with those policy arguments. It seemed like he wasn't. So that was unfortunate. That was a missed opportunity. And you only get to argue to the Supreme Court the one time. So you have to get it right that one time. There's no do-overs. So we'll see. I'll be very disappointed if the Supreme Court comes down the wrong way, for sure. It's a question between the political branches of government, the Article 1 congressional branch and the Article 2 executive branch. Really, the Article 3 judiciary, the supposed apolitical branch, the non-policy branch should have nothing to say about any of this.